It's Adam for It's Tea Time 210, and this video is my interview with one of my friends, and it's sort of late. And this is my friend Monica.
Hello.
And she's going to answer some questions about me and our relationship during my transition, I guess.
Ooh, relationship.
Well, yeah, everything's
a
relationship.
I know.
Silly. Okay, so yeah.
So I guess we've known each other for about a little over 3 years now. We met back in 2007 at school, where we were both going to CSF. And my first impression of you, when I first saw you, I thought you might be female.
Oh.
Yeah. But
it happens.
Yeah. I thought you were a very cute one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, geez.
But then, shortly after, probably the same day or a couple of days later or something, all within the same time, I met you through Nikki, and then I guess that's probably when I knew you, when I realized you were trans, when she introduced me.
Yeah.
And that's just because, and I don't know that I would have known otherwise, but my first boyfriend was trans, and so I already had little inklings about such things. Not that I know about them, but you know, it wasn't totally foreign to me. How did I deal with it? It wasn't really an issue. It doesn't matter with my relationship with you because
we're buddies.
Yeah, it's how did you deal with the fact that I'm white?
Oh no, you're white.
Yeah. Turns out.
We shouldn't be hanging out.
I know. What did I think about that?
I don't know.
I think.
What did you think about
it? Yeah, the fact that you're trans was never really an issue. It was the fact that you drank too much. That was more of an issue for me in our relationship, friendship, whatever. I think that ties together, of course. So I think that when I first met you, you were trying to deal with some of the issues that you were dealing with not deal with them. You were trying to avoid it through your drinking a lot. And being a drunken one all the time.
I did drink a lot.
Yeah. But underneath that, I knew you were a good person, and you're still, you're you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm still the same person?
Well, no, you're a less drunken one now. That's very nice.
Well, that's exciting.
But I guess my only issue with you being transgender or something, just you being comfortable with yourself, and when we go to the lake or something like that.
Yeah.
I that's the only time I really think about it. Otherwise it doesn't come up for me if we're talking about something, but just you being able to take off your shirt and be just a normal boy.
Yeah. And
get to play and be half naked like all the rest of us. But yeah, that wasn't even much of an issue because when you're living here, I feel there were naked times in the garden. It just when there's other people involved, that's the only time when it comes up. Yeah. How have you changed? You've just grown a lot. They're not drinking, not drinking, but but not being such an alkie. You've been able to. You've grown up a lot, and you're becoming the person that you're meant to be, and you're doing things, and you just graduated, and you're still pursuing your interests and your ideals, and you're still very passionate about everything, and so transitioning, that's just the way I see it. I can't speak for you, obviously, but it's all just you're growing up, and maybe you got, because you weren't born into the body that you're comfortable with, maybe you have more things to deal with, and more, kind of a later start in some ways, you being you're an adolescent boys in some ways.
Yeah,
but you're not so
maybe.
much now. Now you're becoming more of a big kid.
Oh, am I going to be a man someday?
Maybe.
Okay.
And physically you've changed. Now you're obviously a boy. You're male. You hold yourself. I mean, there's no mistaking it. No mistaking whatever it you. I don't know.
I'm an it.
You've gotten scruffles.
Yes.
And bigger shoulders and just I'm being
Strong leg pull.
strong leg pull. Yeah. Mentally, just now that you're not drinking so much, you're dealing with some of those things. I think that you're going back and being able to just interact and deal with interactions better. You're not, because I guess that was one thing. Well, when I first met you, like, because you didn't have the hormones balanced yet, and there was, I don't know, like, I'm sure drinking wasn't really helping that. But you'd get really angry and like very, very aggressive sometimes. And I feel like that's like, I don't personally see that as much anymore. I don't know, but I'm also not seeing you in like group settings. So I'm generally when we hang out, just the two of us. And I don't think I usually make you that angry. I don't know. We've had our times,
No.
but
We've butted heads, but not like that.
Not like that. But I think you're also, I mean, now, I don't know about I don't know how you feel, but it seems from an outsider that like your hormones are more balanced now, and like you're a lot more able to deal with just every day and things that happen in life, and you're knowing how to deal with things. You're being a big kid.
Yeah. Sure.
Someday. I mean, of course, there's still issues, and there's little sparrows and issues, but overall,
the
you've grown up a
female
lot.
issue.
Yes, and I don't mean that.
That's never going to stop.
No.
Yeah.
But maybe, I mean, I think that now you're understanding more about like just you really want something healthy, and like you're looking for that, and you're not just like being with someone when, even though it might be convenient, or it's easier than taking the steps to not do that. Like you're thinking about it, and we're trying to grow up.
Yeah. Someday.
Fears, concerns, reservations. Drinking.
Yes. I did drink an awful lot.
Yeah. And not that you can't drink at all, but it's good that you're trying to not ration, but
I'm drinking like a beer a day, if
Yeah.
that, or like 3 beers one day and no beers other days.
Yeah, and that was one of my
Versus-
concerns when you went to have surgery, was drinking, and like when you had the complications and you weren't clotting properly. Like the first thing that came to my head was just like, oh no, don't be a bad one.
Yeah, but I was trying to be super good.
Yeah.
Didn't drink very much at all. Used
It was
to be
definitely,
a big alcoholic.
I know. Yes. Wine Dr. Pepper for class at 9 a.m. Mm-hmm.
Yep. That was my little vice.
Yeah. But
Mm.
I think that now that people are like seeing who you are, and like physically your physical representation is in line with like your inner representation finally.
Yeah, it's
And-
true.
And so now I'd like to think that we don't have to do that. Because you don't have to hide behind anything, because people can see who you are now, like, more clearly. Without, I mean, it sucks that our society is like this, but I mean, people would think. Most people don't know about like transgender. Not that I know.
Transgender things.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know about that stuff,
No.
and it just doesn't really come to
They're
mind. Or, like,
uneducated
yeah,
and ignorant.
pretty much.
Yeah.
When you left for chest surgery, I was excited for you. Very excited for you.
Yeah.
And I was just stoked that when we went to the lake and stuff like that, you would be able to feel more comfortable with your body, and that you'd be able to be a half naked one. And
Yay.
it wouldn't be a thing anymore, because that was the only time that like it really came up, like that apparent for me. It was just, you know,
Mm-hmm.
everyone else taking off their shirts, being like, "Damn it! I wish that like you didn't feel self-conscious about that. I wish that either you, I don't, yeah, it just wasn't a thing."
Yeah.
And I was just worried. I was just hoping that you would be a good one and take care of yourself, and I'm glad that you did.
Yeah.
And things are healing up very nicely. Do I have any doubts or worries about your transition? No, because like that's just what's happening. That's
Yeah, because I'm a
natural
good one.
steps. Yeah. No, I'm just excited for you.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I should.
Okay.
All right. Peace. I'm gonna upload another interview with my other friend later. All right. Bye.
Why?